Hello, one and all. I'm your host, The Relly, and this is my channel, Megapublix, and today we are playing EU4. Actually, we're not playing EU4 right now. What we're doing is, this is sort of a prequel to a multiplayer game that we're going to be playing. I'm going to be playing as Burgundy. Normally what I like to do is between sessions, I like to sit down and I like to pull up the save in single player and I like to talk about it with the viewer, because sometimes it is a little difficult to follow along to, just because I'm talking to players and I'm talking to you every so often, and there's just so much talking, and our games are very big quite oftentimes. In our games, there'll normally be a little picture of our TeamSpeak chat right over in this corner. So you'll see that, and there'll be a little light that flashes next to the name when they're talking. So I'm Burgundy for this game. What are my goals? Now, in the future, I'm going to record these before I play the first session. We have already played the first session, unfortunately, so I'm just going to talk about this as though that hasn't happened. I'm going to avoid as many spoilers as I can. So, I'm going to go as Burgundy. I think my first goal is to take Province right off the bat. Or Barros right off the bat. Let's see, who else do we got in this game? We've got Kramer as France, and I'll talk about him in a couple seconds. We've got J-Rock as Austria, and I'll talk about him in a couple seconds. We've got Ermac Scorpion as Sweden. Von Clausewitz as Castile. We have Epic Fail as the Knights, who hopefully will not fail epically. We had Duke of Bacon as Byzantium, and you can't see it on this well, we had Burgerman as the Golden Horde, and we had Swack as was he the Timurids? I think it was the Timurids. So let's talk about strategy right now. As I said, I want to take Barros right off the bat. I want to keep all my PUs intact. I've got a bunch of them right off the bat. Oops. Yeah, this is me. I've got a bunch of them right off the bat. Flanders, Brabant, Holland. I absolutely need to keep them, and in order to do that, I need to keep my legitimacy high, and I need to keep my prestige above 0. So that is a massive priority for me, the prestige thing. The other priority is, of course, not being attacked by Austria or by France. Now, let's talk about Austria first in the Holy Roman Empire. J-Rock had explained to me that he is not particularly skilled with EU4, and that's very understandable. Most of us aren't, at least in this group, aren't particularly skilled. I have a little experience. Swack has a lot of experience, probably the most out of all of us. Burgerman might have quite a bit of experience. I don't really know. He unfortunately doesn't have a mic anymore, so he's sort of difficult to get a hold of. Or at least he doesn't hang around our TeamSpeak that much. So anyway, yeah, talking about Austria. I am going to do this slowly, incurring into the HRE territory. I'm going to do it when Austria is at war, and I don't... Oh, I love the Christmas music. Can you hear that? Can you hear that? It's so awesome. Anyway, I'm going to do it slowly when Austria's at war. And then, hopefully, at some point in time, he loses Emperor status. That would be fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. That would open up the entire HRE to me. The other thing I'm going to have to watch is my aggressive expansion, because that's going to go through the roof. While he's Emperor, I'm not going to be removing things from the HRE. Just because I don't want to piss him off. At the same time, I don't want to be Austria's bitch, just constantly asking for permission. You'll notice a big theme for me is I don't like to owe people things. That may be both a fault of mine as a player and and it may be a good benefit to me sometimes. I feel like I might be able to... I hope I can pull this off. Whether or not I become the Netherlands is another question. Ideally, I'll probably go that route. If I take some of the HRE down here where there's... Where is it? This extra Burgundian territory. I might convert some of that. Just so... To Wallonian. Just so that way it doesn't all go to France when I go Dutch. If I do that. God only knows what'll happen. It's a multiplayer game. Everything can be chaotic. Let's talk about France. So, France is being played by Kramer. I don't think that he's going to just attack me right off the bat for the actual Burgundy territory. Why do I think that? Kramer, a very interesting thing about him, and what I do like about him as a player in these types of games, is he picks a goal and he goes with it. That goal isn't always... Actually, that goal is rarely personal expansion. He'll generally personally expand to get to that goal. I don't know what that goal is. And because there's a strong chance that he's just going to get these territories, I doubt he's going to go out of his way to be like, no, these are mine now. Ha ha! If I'm in support of whatever the hell that goal is, he'll probably leave me alone even more, which would be good. As much... I really like it if France would just not hurt me. Normally, as Burgundy, I ally with Aragon right off the bat. With a Castile player, I might not do that. The reason for that is... I generally remember in these games where Von almost always plays Castile. He likes to attack Aragon right off the bat. And... I don't know if I want to be able to help Aragon fight off Castile, even though they might be able to help me fight off France should Kramer attack, which again is something that I don't think that he's going to do. Let's see now. What else is there that I need to discuss? So... As for Von is going to try to colonize as much as physically possible. I'm not particularly sure of how skilled of a player he is. I don't really think he's that skilled. Not to talk smack about him or anything, but the last game that we played, and that was all recorded, I don't remember if I posted all of that, but if you want to see more of that Let's Play, I will post more of it if I haven't posted all of it yet. With school, I sort of lost track of where I was in that. But with him, last game he got overrun by rebels from overextension and just he fell apart. The computer was able to pick up from where he left off when he left us, and still stay the most powerful nation in the world. But I don't really not to smack talk him. He's fantastic at other things. Who knows? This game he might prove me wrong. He probably will prove me wrong. Who knows? We had Fable as Portugal for a little while. He played for a little bit. He decided EU4 wasn't his thing, so he left, and that's fine. And then we had J Crop as Poland for a little while. He ends up leaving. Just other personal stuff that he's got to take care of. J Crop, not to be confused with J Rock. Let's see now. What else? I assume Kramer wants this territory, or wants, like, the natural French territory from England as soon as he can get it. The Timurids over here are probably just gonna explode, and by explode I mean expand quickly. And I really think that's all I have to talk about for the first session. If you guys want, what I can do is I can post these summaries in, like, a separate playlist if you're just interested in watching the summaries instead of the raw footage. But for right now, I'm going to post the summaries and the raw footage all together in one big playlist. Let me know what you think. Alright, and then I will try to make it happen as best as I can. So, Remember to be a hero and like and subscribe. Be a hero to the Mega Republic, that is. You'll also be a hero in my eyes if you do so. And as always, I will see you next time.